Jake,
What is up? What is up? How's everyone doing?
doing great, doing great. Another Hashgraph Hustlers. It's been a minute.
Man, it's been a minute. We've been the time zone difference, man. It's been tough.
That's right. That's right. But it's good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too. Good to see you too.
My beard's jealous of your beard.
Mine's a bit scruffy though, to be fair. I
It's
do
looking
need
good
to
though.
I do need to give it a little tidy up. But
So what do we got on the menu today?
so yeah, we had obviously. Oh, there we go. There we go. Backstage are they got the sound effects. They got the sound effects. Yeah. So today there's a lot of things that we can do. And we've already done some stuff, I think, with AI agents. We've already done some stuff with we've done a lot of stuff with NAN. But
Mhm.
really what we've not covered, I don't think, to the full potential is X402.
Yeah.
And obviously we had the session with Lincoln, the Coinbase product manager for X402.
Way back in like May.
Back in May, June.
Crazy.
That was actually here as well. I did that when I was here in the UK.
That's right.
So yeah, I think we can go back there, and we've got a pretty cool idea. Do you want to give the little download on it, or shall I share my screen and show you the little diagram?
Yeah, do it. Let's go.
Okay, let me get my screen up. Boom. Skadoosh. Okay. Where'd it go? I'm just on one. Here we go. That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, so maybe just a little bit of background while Jake is getting set up here. So, I mean, the hottest meta in crypto right now, if you've been paying attention, is the X402 meta. Basically, X402 is a native HTTP response code that was originally developed, back in the day when the internet was being built. And Tim Berners-Lee had the idea back then, the inventor of, people call him the inventor of the internet, inventor of HTTP. The idea that there would be an economy, there would be commerce happening on the internet, and him and his team built a response code to handle this called 402, or payment required, excuse me. So there's already a communication channel built into the internet, so every website where you can use HTTP to request a payment. But we internet users, before cryptocurrencies, it was a bit too difficult to manage that payment required. And now they're with Google and Coinbase, they've come out with the X402 standard and the AP2, the agent payments standard. And we're of course very interested in the crypto side of this, with the narrative that payment rails are going to be much easier and preferred for AI agent builders. And so what we're going to do today is demonstrate getting X402 set up on Hedera, as well as spinning up a simple web app where you can go to the web app and pay to comment on a page. This is a very basic, very simple type of example, but I think it proves a lot. It proves that 402 payments on Hedera work. We're going to support USDC and HBAR on testnet, and with the end goal of having an endpoint, a website that requires you to make payment for something without having to log in with your wallet, right? And then submit that payment. The website sees that payment success, and then it allows you to make a comment on a website. If we get all this done, we might try to get fancier in a couple of ways, maybe have topics or use HCS or have some gamification of sorts we've thought about. But the goal again is to get 402 spun up, get our facilitator spun up, get the web app built, and then have an endpoint that you go to that uses 402 for payment to make a comment on a website. How's that sound, Big?
Sounds good. Sounds good. And yeah, we'll take it through all the baby steps. We'll take it through all the baby steps, like just cloning the X402 Hedera repo and spinning it up. I guess just to add a bit of visualization to what Ash has been describing, this is on a high level what the X402 flow looks like. So the idea is you have a server, which might be your existing application. A good example is maybe you're a news platform. So maybe you're the Financial Times or the New York Times or whatever. And obviously you've got all of your IP all of your news articles living on a database and being interacted with via a server somewhere. Now, what would typically happen is you obviously have a subscription model where the user pays a monthly subscription, and then they then need to authenticate, and they then need to authenticate themselves. And in the database, it will say this user, who I know it's him because they've authenticated using Google or something like that, has a valid subscription. So it's all happening off chain. It's all happening in a centralized way.
Mm-hmm.
No reason at all why, if you, let's say, were able to hack the database, or you're able to do some sort of SQL injection, you could, of course, give yourself a free subscription, or some engineer somewhere could definitely switch off someone's account, even if they're paying. Now, it's unlikely to happen, but there's another angle here, right? Which is, as the user, you need to pay a monthly subscription just to get access to the news.
Maybe you only care about one specific article.
Exactly.
Right? And with the subscription model, it's very cumbersome for you to sign up for an account and put in your credit card and all this stuff. Whereas with the 402 model, if you just want access to one article, boom, maybe it costs 5 cents, and you can just use your USDC and you can pay it, and boom. You don't have to give them all your information. You don't have to sign up. You don't need API keys or any of this stuff. It simplifies the handshaking mechanism of the internet to lower the friction of doing commerce. And that's what we want to prove today.
Yeah. And so sort of what happens from the tech side, you as the client, the person who wants to read the news in this instance, clicks on the news article that you want to read, comes back saying, if you want to read this, you've got to pay. So what will happen, then the client goes, okay, all right, I'll try it again. This time I will add a transaction that I've signed. You send that signed transaction to the server. And what's really cool about this actually is the server doesn't actually need to know anything about the blockchain. All the server does, you can have your existing logic, which handles everything. All the server needs to do is forward it to this other server called the facilitator. The first thing it does is it checks, is this payment actually worth executing? Does it actually contain the payment from the user who it's claimed to be? The facilitator comes back, says, yep, all good, go ahead with settlement. Server goes back to the facilitator, uses the settle endpoint, and then the facilitator is the one that actually needs to know about the blockchain. The facilitator will take that transaction payload, which is encoded in base 64, and it will just execute that on the blockchain. In our case, Hedera.
Yeah. And I think one thing, I think a really important thing to note here is that this creates two value adds. One is that since the facilitator is the one executing your transaction, you don't have to pay gas. And so this removes the need to hold the gas token of the network, which has been a friction of crypto for a long time. So now it looks much more like a bank account. Your crypto wallet looks much more like a bank account where you're just keeping your stable coins in it, and you can do shopping online without having to worry about holding ETH or Solana or HBAR or something like that. The other thing is that the facilitators, you don't have to trust them because since your transaction has been signed and frozen, the facilitator can't muck with your transaction at all. The only thing that they can do is sign it again, right? From a Hedera perspective, sign it as the payer and just submit that transaction to the network. They can't change who it's going to, the asset that's being sent, the amount that's being sent. All of this is enshrined, if you will, in the signed transaction that you provide to the facilitator. So it does put this middle node in there, and we'll go through what that facilitator's value is and why it exists in a bit. But just know that once you sign and hand off that transaction, it can't be messed with.
So just to slightly correct what you said there is an element of trust, in fairness. So you're right, the client knows that the facilitator won't be able to double spend or add an extra amount or redirect where it goes to. Although the server does need to trust the facilitator, because there's no reason why this facilitator can't just respond to the server and say, yeah, I've settled it. And then if they might have not settled it, in which case the server has then given this business logic, this business that they're trying, this business logic which they're trying to sell,
Right.
They'd potentially give it out for free. So this has been one of the issues that has been highlighted with x402. I believe in V2 they are sort of refining it. But yeah, we're obviously going to be totally in control.
But at least you could, a savvy builder could both take the response back from the facilitator, but also if they really wanted to check the chain and just see if that transaction went through either way.
So, yeah, totally. So over here, they could technically, this step 7 could sit after submitting it. So it could sit after the transaction confirmed. They could actually do the request over here. Yeah, for sure.
And so, that could be a service add, but anyways.
Yeah. So I guess let's now let's just spin up the most basic type of x402. Then I want to take it back to sort of what we're thinking of doing. Because also, Ash, I've got a feeling that this dynamic price, I think we can do it. So, okay, no, how about this? Let's describe what we were talking about earlier about this dynamic pricing sort of idea. Because what I plan to do is have in the background, I want to just have Codex going through some of the x402 examples to see if it's possible to do what we have. That can just be running in the background while we build out, just do an example of x402. But I think it makes sense to maybe sort of explain this quite a cool idea that we have.
Before we get started, I feel like the vibe's off.
Bro, where are the tunes at? Okay, let's go. Sorry, I'm gonna have to. You have to see this Inception for a while. Yeah, where did the tunes go?
The vibes are just not quite there yet.
It's very, yeah.
It's very just me and you right now.
Bro, literally. What are you saying? No, it's been a while since. It's
been a while since we've been some night driving.
Night driving. Into space. Did we? Let's do night driving.
Oh, that one hits every time.
Oh man,
it hits every time. Such a classic.
Such a classic.
There you go.
Yeah. Freestyle.
Now we're ready.
Now we're ready. I might have to do a little freestyle on that though. Oh, okay. Right, let's go. So, the grand idea. This is this. I'm going to turn down a tiny bit. Let's do 19. Okay. So the big idea, is we want to basically create this king of the hill, and there's a spectrum of what it can go into. I think to begin with, we just want to make it be like a flex. Yeah. So the idea, user comes along, pays using x402, and then that server, the server which is behind the x402 middleware, will essentially add this payer to a Hedera consensus service topic. Then what would happen is the next time a user wants to come along and pay, this server will have dynamic pricing. So it will basically see, okay, what's the most recent king of the hill, which is living on this decentralized HCS topic, and it will increase the x402 price, meaning the user then has to come, a new user then has to come along and pay a premium of what the previous king of the hill's done.
Yeah.
And that's the beginning idea. You just basically need to pay more than the person before you to become at top of the list. Now, as a follow-up of that, we could then actually make it such that there's almost an incentive for being the previous king of the hill.
Right.
Because what we could do is we could say, whenever there's a new king of the hill, He comes along, he pays. The old king of the hill can actually get their money back and maybe a little bit more.
Right.
So to put that
so the only person that doesn't get refunded their king of the hill price would be the current king of the hill. But hey, that's the price it costs to be the king.
Costs to be the king. So I guess to put it on numbers, king one comes along, they pay 1 H-bar. Then maybe we say, okay, every time we multiply, we double the price. Doubling would go a bit out of control pretty quickly. Maybe we do 1.2x or whatever. But for numbers' sake, let's say double. So person comes along, they need to pay 1 H-bar to become king of the hill. Cool. New person comes along, they want to be the new king of the hill. They need to pay 2. So they pay 2. And then the previous king of the hill has paid 1. We give them their 1 H-bar back. And we can give them an extra 10%. So we give them 1.1. New person comes along, he pays 4, and so on and so forth. So the fallen king is actually there is an incentive not only just for the flex of being king of the hill, but actually by being the fallen king, you make profit. You make profit.
Exactly.
So I think it's pretty cool. Now, there was a question when Ash and I were sort of brainstorming this before. Is it possible to currently do dynamic pricing? And I think the answer to this is yes. But I think there's nothing that the best idea that we can have is just to get codex running through over here. We've got my codex, OpenAI codex, and let's just go. This is on the main x402 repo, which has loads of examples. And I'll just say something like, analyze the examples TypeScript folder and find out if it is possible to do dynamic pricing for an x402 endpoint. And then I'll say my use case is the following. I want an Express server endpoint to read from an external data source. In this case, it's the Hedera consensus service via the mirror node, and adjust the price of the x402 payment needed based on the based on the consensus HCS topic data.
Why do we need to add the consensus at this point just for the price?
Well,
not keep that as a variable.
So what I'm doing here, just to sort of, this is more the end goal, right? So I'm just getting OpenAI to analyze and see if it's possible, and we can have this sort of running in the background. And actually, I want to do it using. Skip. I want to do it using. Hi. But yeah, so this is just basically just to have it running in the background and just see if it's possible, just to confirm. While that's cooking, we can actually look into the x402 and just get a very basic x402 server up and running. That's kind of my idea here.
Okay.
Yeah. So so we'll just have that go in the background. Let's now we can spin up all of those steps over here to demonstrate actually what the client server facilitator relationship looks like. Now,
you've already got a lot of this built, right?
Yeah, so all of this is already built. You can use it out of the box on the Hedera-dev x402-Hedera repository. So if you go over to GitHub, I'm going to drop this in the comments and I'll pin it. Just a sec. So this is basically the that link just over there contains the Hedera implementation of x402, meaning you can use the native Hedera services You can use the native Hedera services to, you can use x402 with the native Hedera services. So very easy, you just clone it. The repo is, the README is very easy to sort of follow. And you just basically need to, if I get this up in my code editor, really all you need to do, really all you need to do is just head over to the examples, and you can just spin up some of the example servers that we have. So in the case of, I don't know, okay, yeah. So in the case of the server, we have an Express server. We'll build on top of this Express server. We've got an Express server which contains the x402 middleware that takes our server, makes it x402 compatible. So we'll basically build on top of this.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we have an example Express server. We have an example facilitator. We'll set them up one by one. And we have an example client, which is our, you can either use Fetch or Axios. Should we get into it? Should we just start building one by one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so let's go.
We might need the ducks though.
We might need the ducks.
Yeah,
I think
the ducks.
So. Tune's gone.
Apparently, we've reached the end of our night drive.
Do you know? I thought it plays on repeat.
Maybe.
It's because
we gotta feed the ducks. We turned our back on the ducks.
Yeah, the poor ducks, man. Oh yeah.
Now this is when we hit our groove.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got a few questions, Ash. Because I'm only on one screen at the moment.
I tried to join the chat, but it looks like our organization permissions don't let me use my YouTube to connect to join the chat. Yeah, I tried.
Oh, annoying. So you can't see it on the public, on the comments over here.
I can see them. I just can't reply back.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's just quickly. So, Raleigh, yeah, we will have public repo later on. We'll share that with you. Sounds like a bad beat, hand in poker and receiving a prize no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
That's good.
When you're the fallen king, you still get paid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's keep it like that. So, right, a few things that we need to do. We need to basically simulate all of the components in this particular diagram. Client, server, facilitator. So first thing that I'll do is I will cd into the examples/TypeScript repository directory. And in here, we've got our facilitator. So the first thing I'll do is I'll set up the facilitator. So I'll go into the facilitator and I will just run pm dev. Now, obviously, I've already installed everything and I've already I've already installed everything. Is it gone again? Okay, replay. Yeah.
Will it?
Oof. So I've already installed everything. I've already built everything. Just need to follow these docs over here. We've got like a helpful setup bash command, which you can run. And then it's got all of these scripts that you can do manually and all of the docs and all of that sort of stuff, which you need in order to actually set up the environment variables as well. I've already got everything done on the back end, so I'm just going to get going. So we've got our facilitator. Let's now create our server.
And just to confirm, the current state of the facilitator in that GitHub repository supports both USDC and HBAR?
Yes, exactly. So with our facilitator, you can use USDC and you can use HBAR to make payments.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
So next thing I'll do is I'll set up our Express server. Again, just pm dev. And the Express server is our server over here. So that's our server, which actually contains that business logic that we're looking to sell as pay-per-use. This would be, if we're a news platform, this would be our news server. So I've got that up and running. It's told me what endpoints are available. And then finally, let's now set up our client. So again, I'll go Go over here, student clients, Axios. And again, all I need to do, pm dev. And this, again, I've got my client private key set up. And we can see that we have pinged that endpoint and we paid USDC on Hedera, and we've got our transaction ID. We can go over to the hash scan and we can have a look for that transaction ID. And as you can see, we've spent 0.001 USDC and we paid a transaction fee of 0.001 cents.
Nice.
So pretty good for micropayments. Obviously, on Hedera, if we were to do the HBAR payment, let's try the HBAR payment, because we can actually let me do this in VS Code. So we could actually inside of the environment variable endpoint, inside of the environment variable, we can specify the endpoint path. So let's now change it to the HBAR endpoint. And the reason why I want to show this is I want to just compare the transaction cost.
Right.
Do a native payment. Let me try that.
Native meaning an HBAR payment as opposed to USDC and HTS.
Yeah, exactly. So a native token payment, meaning HBAR in this case.
Yeah.
And we head over to Hashscan now. We'll see that the transaction cost is even less. It's a bit deceptive because it's all bundled up, but we've got 0.5 HBAR plus 0.0000654. So this is actually 1/10 of a cent. Sorry, this is actually 1/100th of a cent. But because it's sort of joined up together, yeah, we can see it over here.
Can we set up our server to accept both USDC or HBAR with different prices for the same resource?
I think that,
or maybe it just requires two different endpoints.
Yeah, you could just do it with two different endpoints, right?
Okay, so it'd be a button. It'd be like pay with HBAR, pay with USDC.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's a pretty good little feature for us in this possibly, Jake.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Yeah. But anyway, so we've got it. I mean, we can quickly go over some of the code as well, just to actually see what's happening. So the nicest thing about x402, in my opinion, is how easy it is to actually integrate it into your existing application. So let's say, for example, you've already got an Express server, yeah? And you've already got an Express server which has this weather endpoint. If you want to make money from that particular endpoint that you have, all you need to do is import the x402 library and then do this app.use, this sort of this use comes from the, it's just part of the Express framework. And what you can do is you just pass in the payment middleware, a utility function that comes from x402. You specify who you want to pay to, who the actual on-chain payments are going to be settled, the account is going to be settled to. And then inside of the routes, you can specify which routes you want to charge for and how much you want to charge them for. So here, for example, we had like the get endpoint, get weather. So we literally just go get.
And these are endpoints that you already have on your web app. You know,
yes.
And when I say you, I mean a standard Web2 developer, entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
The great thing about x402 is you don't have to know anything about blockchain, right? That's it. It simplifies accepting blockchain assets as payment, crypto assets as payment, and it makes it super simple for you to just update your current Web2 web app to start accepting this as payment. You don't have to worry about Wallet Connect or logging in with a wallet or whatever, building a transaction.
Yeah, exactly. It's super easy. So you literally you specify the price. Maybe you want to do it $10 because it's a really great weather endpoint. Specify the network. In our case, we'll do Hedera. And just like that, you have now you've now paywalled your weather endpoint.
You know what, Jake? I think this is a great place for us to start. Is like, let's just have an endpoint without wrapping it with x402 that you can just go to. We can show an example of going to it, and then enable x402, and then show what the difference is.
Yeah, good idea. Okay,
right. Let's go.
So, should we just say them the?
And don't worry about dynamic pricing and stuff like that. Just getting a simple example of before and after x402 right now.
Yeah. Okay. And that should we say it just posts a message to HCS topic?
Let's just hold off on that too. Let's just get the before and after example, and then we'll start building on it.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Well, let's build on some of this stuff that we already have. So we can. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's save that. Let's try and ping this weather endpoint now. And it should work. So if I open up Postman,
I want to give a quick shout out to one of my colleagues, Will, who I know is tuning in today from the great north of Canada. Will, thanks for stopping by and learning about x402, homie.
Appreciate you, Will. Appreciate you. Okay, so let's go. What have we got? We've got our endpoint over here. Server listening on HTTP. Localhost 4021. So ping our weather endpoint, and because this is just a public endpoint, we would expect it to work fine. We don't have any logic saying, okay, charge for this particular weather app. So if we just do this, boom, we get our response. Amazing.
Right. It's sunny and it's 70.
Sunny and it's 70. Wow, we need to change this.
That's nice. 70's nice.
Nah, 70's boiling, mate. Let's do 30. 30. Yeah.
Cold.
70's that's nice temperature. That nice temperature. Perfect. That. So now that we've corrected the temperature, let's now make it so that it's an x402 endpoint.
Yeah.
So we go over here. We extend our routes object and we specify, okay, now let's say the get weather endpoint. This is gonna cost, we could do it in USDC or we can do it in HBAR. This is sort of how the difference that it would look like. So if we want to do it in USDC, we can, we just copy and paste that. Just do the same price. So it costs 1/100 of a cent. And we're using the Hedera testnet network. I might need to restart the server just to update it. And now, well, Ash, I'll test you. What do you think is going to happen when we send this request?
We should get a 402 message, just like you would receive a 404 message. If the page wasn't there, it should give you a 402 message, which shows payment required.
Yeah. But let's just do weathers, because this will do the 404.
So that's a 404. Right.
Now, when we do weather, 402 payment required.
That's right.
And what it does is it tells us exactly, gives us a lot of information. So it gives us this array of what it actually accepts, which is quite cool. So this array actually means you can, as a user, you should be able to do different HBAR amounts.
Multiple assets.
Yeah, because you can accept multiple and even multiple chains as well, right? So this could be Hedera as well as base.
Sure.
So it tells us how much we need. 1,000. Now that's 1,000 factoring in USDC's 6 decimals.
Right.
The resource, cool. Who we need to pay to. Now this is important when constructing a native Hedera transaction, because we need to know who we're actually going to transfer the account to. the asset. This is the USDC token, but you can technically use other ones. I'm not sure if that's supported out of the box yet. It might be, you know, maybe address. Huh. Let's I'm just going to quickly see if I change the asset so that it becomes different. Let me see if.
Where do you have HBAR defined?
Well, somewhere in the code. I don't.
Okay.
Somewhere.
Yeah, it's all right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. But I do want to see if, because let's see if we swap it for an address. If when we ping this Hedera native endpoint, does it actually still?
That's the US.
Yeah, this is the USDC address.
Oh, okay.
But
so,
using.
So now you have a mismatch between Hedera native, the name, and then the asset ID.
Yeah. So it looks like it actually does work, you know. So I think in its current state, yeah, you can use any. You can actually use any token ID, which is cool. You could use Bitcoin, for example. You could use wrap Bitcoin now. Or
well, we'll have to test this, but
yeah, but it should be okay, because I believe the transaction is created from this asset address.
Yeah, so then it's going to get rejected by the network.
Well, now it won't, because that doesn't exist. But
yeah.
Yeah,
I think though, just for the audience and any developers in the audience, I think right now our 402 implementation and facilitator only supports HTS tokens and HBAR. It does not yet support ERC tokens.
Correct.
Yeah. But this is something that's on our roadmap, and you know we'll get to it.
Just going to turn some lights up.
Because you know now we have wrapped ETH and wrapped Bitcoin on Hedera, but both of those are ERC tokens.
Yeah, that'd be cool to do what we're doing with wrap Bitcoin, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So anyway, as we've seen, we ping it, and now it comes back saying, if we want to do our weather endpoint, we need to pay. So essentially, if we were to do it again, except this time we pass in headers, we pass in this special header over here, X payment with the 64 byte transaction over in the header section. We do X payment with ABC 123. It should sort of come back saying that it actually works, basically. So we could do it using Postman. The easier way is to use some of the functions that x402 provides for you, some of these sort of utility functions. So the one that we're doing over here with Axios, we're using this with payment interceptor utility function, and then we're creating an Axios instant with this payment interceptor, as well as your typical Axios client. So we're sort of, it's just a friendly out of the box tool that x402 provides, so that when we call a particular endpoint, it handles it for us. It handles the actual signing of the transaction and so on. That's all handled behind the scenes with this payment interceptor thing, which we can have a quick look at the source code to see what one.
Any chance, just for the visual learners, any chance that we can put a simple HTML page at that endpoint and show that it doesn't display until payment's received?
So yes, yeah. So let's vibe code that. Let's vibe code that, because that should be nice.
I think it's just, you know, so much nicer to look at as a real example.
Let's do some vibe coding.
Yeah.
What should we use? Should we use React? Let's just use React. We'll create a React app. Let's create a React app. I'll create a new one over here. What do you say? npm create, npx create React app. x402. Okay, we're spinning up a React app. So yeah, this will basically be our user interface for the front end.
Cool.
Now, you can use a wallet. You can use a wallet. Oh, actually, do you know what? I think it'd be easier if we do it inside of the. I think it'd be easier if we do it inside of this GitHub repo, where we have. Yeah, let's do it inside here. Yeah, sorry. So what I'm actually going to do is that I'm actually going to install it inside of our. I'm actually going to set it up inside of our examples TypeScript area. So then it'll be easy for us to use these. It'll be easier for us to use these helper functions. Cool. I think that's all done. Let's clear out there. Now, okay, so let's do video React app. Let's spin up this app. So at the moment, this would just be like a simple React app.
Okay.
Yeah, but obviously what we want to do is we want to, yeah, okay. So one option is we could connect our wallet, like our Hashpack wallet, to this front end, and then sign the transactions using our Hashpack wallet. I think just to make things easier, let's just do. We could have like a private key in the environment variables, which is signing it. What do you think?
Yeah. For now, let's just do it custodial.
Let's do it like that. So we'll create a inside of our React app. Firstly, let's create an environment variables file .env, and so this will have our account ID. It will have our private key. But of course, this would typically be. This could very easily be your Hashpack wallet. I'm going to get the environment variables over here. Okay, cool. So we've got those environment variables. I think we also want to set up our Axios instance. There we go. Just install that over here. Okay. Right. Okay. So we. What's happened there? What? What's happened there, mate? Huh? Unsupported URL. Why does that? Okay, so Alex, just expect. I'm trying to install our locally packaged x402 Axios client into our React app, but for some reason it doesn't like this particular notation It should be fine. We're using it in our other code. So I'm just going to do a bit of digging as to why that's throwing an issue. Huh. Let's try that. Weird. Unsupported Europe. I just did the wrong one. It's looking better now. Taking too long though.
I think I saw something there where it said try to use the carrot.
Yeah, I don't know if it did say that, didn't it? Use workspace carrot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's. I don't know why it's.
Odd that it works in one other import file and not this
No,
one.
yeah, that's it. It's working for many others. Looks like something's happening. Let's see if this loads it up. But anyway, from that, okay, like it has worked. So we can test it. Let's see in our app.js. Let's see if we import this with payment interceptor if anything happens. I'm just not picking anything out. Yeah, it's not liking that. Or is it? Oh, that's tight. Okay, that's because it's not. Okay. Yeah, it's getting it. Okay, cool. Right, so we're set up. We're basically in a position where we can we can implement this with a user interface.
Nice. And we'll just do like a /weather endpoint.
Yeah, so we'll do the same endpoint.
Okay.
Let's get AI to build this. So we'll go. We will go into our React app. Let's go in here. Open and create a terminal. So I'll get my coding agent up. I've been liking Codex recently. But I might try out Cursor again because Cursor have just come through some new updates. And what we'll do,
I think Grok is building a command line tool as well. So
oh, are they? Yeah, they're left behind on that.
they have been.
They've been left behind on that. Oh, look at my dog.
Because from the oh my, you know, I don't know how much you value benchmarks, but from a lot of the benchmarks, it looks like SuperGrok's a pretty good developer. But without having the command line interface, it gets a little bit tougher.
Well, because the thing is, so much of it's orchestration, right?
Mm-hmm.
So much of it is like you can have a 5 out of 10 agent, but if you're able to orchestrate it and have the right prompts and have the right handover and whatnot, better, then it might still be a better coding agent. So
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so let's go update the app.js source code so that it gives us a visual understanding as to what happens when with an x402 endpoint when you use with payment interceptor versus without.
Yeah, exactly.
See index. See Axios as an example. Implementation. Might need to also actually add, npm Axios. Let's install Axios. Okay, so we do that, and then we have our account ID and private key in our .env file of the reactor. Now, let's go for that. I don't want to use medium here. Okay, cool. Boom. Let's see how that goes. And while this is happening in the background, I do want to have a look at that task which we had running earlier, which is seeing if we can do that dynamic endpoint. So let's see what we've got. Dynamic pricing support.
It'd be nice if you could like curl it from a website or something, or even just storing it locally.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you can't add logic there and set the amount as a variable.
So it looks like you can. Looks like you can. Dynamic price, payment requirements. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, okay. So it looks like you can basically. Yeah.
It's like I would like to receive on the callback from the facilitator. I'd like to use that success callback to iterate the price in some function or something.
So looking at it,
it would be only on successful callback from the facilitator, though. You know, if we're assuming that's our source of truth.
Yeah. See. Let's see. It might be that it's possible, but not with our fork.
Right.
But
well,
yeah,
I think it's a really good backlog topic. You know.
Yeah.
Ask for us.
I think if we've got time, we can give it a go. If we've got time, we can give it a go.
Because we could also, just for the sake of simplicity, just implement it on our weather endpoint as well. And just every time you want to view it, it just increments.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Well, it's still going. This code still. Why does it delete the file? Weird. Well, let's let it cook. So we could try and do this custom endpoint. It doesn't look like it's crazy difficult. So we have this advanced server. So there's already an example server. Here we just need to go. Creates payment requirements for a given price and network.
Oh,
so we basically, yeah.
I wonder.
Sorry, go on.
I was just saying, I wonder if we just have to rebuild that get payment structure every time.
Yeah.
Like, does that whole thing need to be dynamic?
Well, I think what's basically happening. And there's this really annoying thing somehow with the repos configured. It gives you all of these stupid grayed out stuff. But basically, what we're doing is what what we're seeing over here, this create exact payment requirements, and then actually implementing it on the server level, saying, okay, if response is invalid, show status code 402. I think what's basically happening is this is hidden for most of the users. This is, if we look at our Express server, it's basically what this middleware, payment middleware, is doing behind the scenes. We're actually implementing it. So I think we can do this dynamic thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can do it. Look, this is creating the same schema, isn't it? We take a look at our, yeah, look at that. This is the same thing. Scheme, exact, network, Hedera testnet, output schema, extra. So here we basically specify the fee payer, which is going to be we need to do a fee payer over here. The fee payer is going to be the address.
Our facilitator.
Yes. Yeah. So we've got our...
Do we have our Hedera testnet facilitator spun up? Is that already running?
No, we're just running like a local one.
Yeah, local one. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
so
fine.
we go.
But we have our local one spun up.
Yeah. Hedera testnet facilitator with our HT. Yeah, we've got our local one spun up. Yeah. So that's living at local host. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So now we also need to, I think, add it over here, the facilitator ID, and the facilitator ID is that one. Okay. And so over here, we just need to pass in our fee payer, which is our process.env.facilitator ID. Process. Cool. Okay. So I think with that, we then network would be Hedera. Network would be Hedera testnet.
Resource is what we're serving, so that would be the endpoint.
Yes, the resource. Hang on. The verify payment. Okay. So yeah. So this is Hedera-testnet. Create exact. So that this is where we make the price dynamic, and then the resource will be. I think it really matters actually. Oh look, dynamic price example endpoint. Okay, all right. Let's just delete that. That could go away. Let's delete that one as well. Just keep it. There we go. Boom. We're onto something here. We are onto something here. So we've got network, Hedera testnet, resource is itself, I think. Okay, multiply, boom, whatever. Is valid. Okay, so that should be fine. Now exact.hedera deep settlement response, await.settle.
We probably should have done the static amount first, but
yeah, I'm
moving
just
on.
trying to. I don't think it's payload. Okay, so I'm just trying to. Okay, so let's see how it happens over here. We've got this payment middleware. Gonna need to take a look into the implementation of it, I think. Function, payment middleware. Network includes. Is not payment. Okay. Await. So we're using this. I think that's the same function that we're using. Let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, where have we got? So we've got await, settle, await, settle. Yeah, okay, so we just need to see how we get this decoded payment for Hedera. Or maybe we don't need to decode it. Is that, Ash, as you following at all, am I going a bit too quick?
No, I mean, if you need to go quick to get it, then that's fine. I was looking to see if there were any comments that I can respond to.
Yeah, because I think it's just going to be a bit of a bit of hustling. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if we even need to actually try.
I still think we should have gotten a static payment first just to show progress.
We already did a static payment. Oh, yeah, but that's going on in the background. That's
okay.
Yeah. So
the web app static payment. Just so
yeah. We can. I think it's. I think it's done it now. Let's try out this React app. Wow.
Okay. What is all this?
That's crazy. That's not bad, is it? It's got the whole.
Hold on.
It's got everything.
I wasn't expecting all this. I was just expecting a page that 402'd back, and then we would like initiate a payment, and then once payment received, it would like refresh or something.
Well, I think this is done better than that.
Okay, we'll see.
So it's just. It does seem to say we don't have our environment variables.
I'm not even sure what I was looking at there.
I think I got the gist of it.
Okay.
I think I got the gist of it. So let's go. Just update the environment variables. Okay. There we go. Huh? What do you mean unsupported network Hedera? What are you on about, mate? Don't give me that. What the heck? Why is it saying unsupported network? Why is it saying unsupported network, mate? Okay, let's try it. Let's try ping one of our current servers. So we've got we can try this server. We can try our weather endpoint, which we recently what's happened over here? Run the. Okay, so yeah, we can try our weather endpoint, which I believe we have a 1/10% payment. Boom, endpoint path, weather. If we try it without payment interceptor, we get the 402.
Okay.
Do you know what? I bet we get a cause error. Yeah.
Oh.
That's okay. We need to. That's fine. We can fix that real quick.
We got this. Remind the audience what the cause error was.
Yeah. So
this is pretty common.
It's very common. It's very common. So it's cross-origin resource sharing. Basically, when you're sending a HTTP request from a browser environment, like we are over here, when we're sending it from a browser environment, you need the server needs to basically have whitelisted the client. So it needs to have said localhost 3000, the client IP address of the client domain, localhost 3000 must be whitelisted. The reason for that is for security reasons. So it's to prevent like script injection and malicious attacks. But it's very easy to resolve. So if we go over to our Express server over here, we just need to install this package called let's go pnpm cause. Oh, come on. Got the incorrect. Currently links from the store npm 10. Okay. Sorry, this is just a. I hope that's not going to be a big deal. I'm just let's. I prefer to do this way, actually. So, what have I done? I was on a different version of npm, and that's kind of caused a few issues. Sorry, this is a bit of a.
We always go screaming into the final hour anyways, so.
Yeah. That's right. I think we've fixed it up. Are there any questions in there in the audience?
No, I don't see any coming over from the comment section here in StreamYard, and I've been keeping my eye on X as well. I don't see any there, so.
Damn, bro, it's adding everything. Oh, npm can be awesome, but it can also be a bit strange sometimes. Okay, all right, now let's do npm install cause. Okay, and now if we go over here, I believe we just do npm use cause. Okay. So I believe, yeah, now I think that should do the job. If we try and run the server again, npm dev, and then we do, yeah.
From your experience working with AI tools, their ability to not only write but also coordinate, how much longer do you think developers will have to do stuff like that, like this, rather than just telling some AI agent, like, hey, fix this course problem for me, and it just goes and does it?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it would have been able to do that, but I think actually it would have been probably quicker just for me to do it, because like let's say, okay, I need to do some tuning still over here, because if for example I had yeah, well, obviously there was that PMPM issue which the agent would have faced, and to be honest, what would have happened is that agent would just go, oh, the agent would have done something crazy. So, but assuming there was no PMPM issue, it probably is just quicker for me to install cores, add that single line of code over here, because that's really all you need, right? Add that single line of code rather than get a pretty expensive and slow agent to figure out what to do and do all of that sort of stuff. So I think in that case, yeah, it actually would have been quicker for me to do it.
So plus one for the human still?
Plus, yeah, but I mean, that's like, that sort of stuff is, it's like how, so quantum computers, I might be wrong, I'm pretty sure I'm right. Quantum computers for various tasks, theoretically, for some easy tasks, they're actually slower than traditional computers. So if let's say we're adding 2 plus 2, a quantum computer is slower than a traditional computer. And I think that's probably analogous to what it's like with the AI stuff. Now, there we go. So it's working now. You see how we
that's good. Error. That's right. So that's right.
We called it without the payment interceptor.
Yep.
And it's just responded with x402, we must pay.
Yep.
Now, there does seem to be this weird bug where it's saying unsupported network, Hedera-testnet. Let's figure out what that is. Again, we could probably get AI to do it, but I think also there's an aspect in that there's a bit of an awkward silence when we just get AI to do stuff. So
only for now. Don't worry. Our cars already drive us.
Yeah.
Well, at least over here in the States they do.
Well, yeah, in the UK we're a bit far behind now. So let's just figure out sign state error. Why are we getting this sign state error, bro?
This had to be something introduced by AI, because we know that our repository supports.
Yeah.
Is it the Axios repository that's not supporting Hedera testnet as a network?
Create signer. Create signer x402. Let's just, so I don't know exactly. So this is our Express server. So it seems to be throwing an error when we are creating our Hedera signer, which is strange because over here we call this create signer, create connected client, create signer. Yeah, so it's erroring over here. So what's the... It looks like the same logic. Create signer, payments network. Private key. Let's, so yeah, makes sense. Let's go console.log signer instance. This is the code where it's throwing an error. Strange, unsupported network. I don't think it is, or is it testnet Hedera? So it shouldn't be an unsupported network. Create signer. Hedera -testnet. Maybe our environment variables aren't coming through or something. Right. That's strange, because over here we create a signer fine. Create signer. Create signer. If create signer, Hedera testnet, private key, options.
Wait, I thought. We have our
coming from a different library. That's interesting.
It's coming from the Axios library.
No, I was actually looking at the facilitator. I was looking at the wrong thing. Clients index. Create signer from x402 Axios. Create signer. Yeah, it's the same thing though. That's really strange. As far as I'm aware, it's exactly the same code. Let's try it like this. Let's just go.
You know, is there a specific element of creating that signer, or that? I assume this is we're creating a client or something here to sign with.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the same thing, right? I've literally just now copy and pasted the same code.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck? Let's check if this still works. So that works fine. We paid successfully. Same code, same, seemingly identical. But here, that's so weird.
Can you ask Codex?
Yeah.
Both are using the same Axios 402 library.
Yeah. One's in TypeScript, one's in Node.js, but I wonder if it's because one's only got the star
instead of workspace.
Yeah, the other one had workspace. So okay, let's ask it. So in app.js, my create signer throws an error saying invalid signer. the seemingly identical function and args in index.ts Axios work successfully. It's very odd. Very odd. While it's doing that, I do kind of want to go back to the advanced, trying to do the old decoding payload. So I don't think we need to actually decode anything over here. I think we just pass it as it is. I don't think there's anything to decode. What? Oops. Right, settle.
This is the resource being delivered for payment.
Yeah. So what have we got here? Oh, hang on. Oh no, it's just the same. We just use that. Okay, that's okay. Cool. Yeah. So this is the dynamic. This is the dynamic pricing one. This is the dynamic pricing one. So we should actually be able to try this. I think this is ready for us to test out. Get query multiplier. So we pass the multiplier in the query parameters. So I think we can try out this dynamic pricing logic, but it looks like it's come back over here. So we're doing a couple of things at once. So that means that that's not the case. They're not empty strings. We checked that. Look, they're full. They're fully populated.
Is base URL is the only empty string I see. Well,
Yeah.
endpoint path as well.
But it's not that's it's only the account ID in the network and the private key which we're using.
Oh, okay.
So nope. Shit. Okay, while we're fixing that, let's try this dynamic pricing. I think this will work.
All right.
Dynamic pricing. So let's go to our different server. Boom. We need to install it. Got our environment variable. Should all be good. Asset.address. Atomic amount for asset. Process price to atomic. Okay. Okay, so we've got our, so let's test it first with dynamic dash price. Should come back with 402 required, pay to, yeah, there we go. Look, it's come looking good. Looking good.
And what's the amount? 1. Okay, yeah, 1,000.
Well, so at the moment it's 1, but then if we pass in this query parameter,
okay,
we pass in params, and we pass in multiplier.
But this, there's no actual successful execution of payment here. So,
but look, it's working.
We're
just testing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But now.
And so now we just pass in that parameter.
Exactly.
Okay. So whatever the logic is for maintaining that parameter is up to us.
Yes.
Nice.
That can be coming from
the
Hedera consensus service.
Yeah, that was consensus service, or it can come from just us iterating some value upon success from a facilitator callback.
Yeah. Okay, let's put it to the test. Boom. Let's go.
All right.
I think that worked. So this should be like
4?
0.004.
Yeah. All right. Fingers crossed here.
Hey.
Yeah. Let's go. Okay. All right.
We've got the dynamic pricing unlocked.
Yeah.
That's good news. That's good. So yeah, we just need to. So that's fine. So I guess back to sort of our initial diagram, we can fetch from the consensus service topic and then loop it back to the middleware with that dynamic pricing, which is always 20% above the most recent payment or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We just gotta figure out why we can't instantiate a signer here.
Yeah, bro.
So weird.
Yeah. Pretty annoying. Let's have a quick look at the nice. Hey, nice. There's people showing
Thanks.
Appreciate you guys. Oh. Okay, so what's it saying? Running no dash hero.
Support Hedera nowhere.
But so look, but so it does look like it's something to do with that.
Yeah.
This thing.
Yeah. We gotta try that because we're pulling from the same library. We've copy and pasted that. We know we have the same function.
Yeah.
It's like everything's to the same, you know.
Yeah. So let's try that, and actually let's also do let's do PNPM for this.
All right.
For this React app as well. So I'll do PNPM install. Okay. Come on. PNPM start. Hey, it's looking good. Come on.
Support network still.
Come on, but we're loading.
Oh.
Right there.
Frick. What?
Come on, bro.
What do we? That's what changed for us. Just putting workspace star.
No, this is another issue. This is something else.
You know, we haven't reached AGI until it can just do all this for us.
Wow, yeah. I don't know why. That's really annoying. Let's just do a fresh.
We might need to change up the music. Just get a fresh start here.
Yeah, I think that's it, mate. I think that's it. Let's switch it up. Let's go back to lo-fi. We know some lo-fi. Or daydreaming.
Yeah, daydreaming.
Oh yeah, definitely daydreaming. Definitely daydreaming. Okay, so I've just done a fresh. So we've got a fresh repo.
Changing up the vibes is like going on a walk. You know, things just sometimes work.
Yeah.
You go on a walk, you come back.
Oh, it's a bit more upbeat now. Look, come on.
Get out of here. Let's go.
Come on. God damn. Okay. Let's maybe go not PNPM. Let's go I'm still feeling positive though.
All right, we got some more covfefe.
All right, I have another solution, and it gave it to us over here. We can also use that, so we can use this long way.
Sure, yeah.
Let's just go for this way.
Yep.
Come on, baby. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. This is looking good though.
Does drinking coffee count as drinking water?
Yeah, I think it does. I think
Does it hydrate?
does. I think it does actually count towards your 2 liters of water or something like that.
Okay.
Why?
Just because that's all I've had to drink this morning's coffee.
Yeah, you'll be right, mate. You'll live.
All right.
You'll live. Come on.
Got to stay sharp for the Hashgraph Hustlers.
Hey. Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, baby. So let's now do. So we can just go straight for. We've got our dynamic endpoint ready.
Okay.
We can try that. So we can do dynamic pricing.
Okay.
So call without payment inceptor. We don't have the cause. Okay. Let's just do. Okay. Let's set up cause on our dynamic pricing one. We'll do that. We'll do pim install cause. And we'll go over, and then we'll also do pim I dash set. Yeah, go do that. Cool. Then we'll go over to our server, and we will add the cause logic. So we do up here, we go app.use cause, and then we import cause up here. Okay. Spin the server up again. Go back to the UI. Let's go.
Okay.
I think I maybe spelled something wrong. Got 404. And that's because the endpoint is dynamic price.
Right, all right.
402.
402.
Oh yeah.
All right.
402. Now we'll demonstrate this dynamic pricing thing. So we had the multiplier. Multiplier equals 2.
Okay.
See that now?
So now it's 2.
Yeah. So now we can call it with the payment interceptor, which is our specially configured client.
Yep.
And okay.
Not first
pretty
time.
close.
We did it.
So it's giving us
try it without the multiplier.
Yeah, good idea. Still doesn't work though. Still doesn't work.
Okay.
Not a problem. So let's just preview our headers. Let's try our normal server. Express. npm dev. Let's just go for our weather endpoint. Quite a nice little UI, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay. Interesting. So it's not. It looks like it's not passing in the looks like it's not passing in the response for whatever reason with payment interceptor. Paid client, use memo. Handle paid request. Paid client.get.
Just want to give a shout out to the over 10,000 people who have tuned in so far.
Respect.
Yeah, it's not easy to create content when the markets are sour or tune. So
yeah.
So thank you for showing up today.
Appreciate you tuning in.
Absolutely.
Rightio. So
Jake and I are still here hustling, aren't we, Jake?
Bro, non-stop.
Non-stop. I asked Jake the other day, I was like, you're a 996 kind of guy. You know, Jake's response? He said, mate, I'm a 997 kind of guy.
Come on. You know it.
That's what I'm talking about.
996 is
come on,
not really a flex, is it?
I don't think so.
Nah. Slacker more like. Okay, though. So it's only doing get requests, which isn't. Well, it might actually be. Let's try this again. Let's just go for the old refresh. Localhost 4021 weather. That's strange, man. Type XHR. Why is that happening?
It's given us two different lines in that file where it's saying the error is app.js.
Over here.
No, in the console, in the browser console.
In the browser console.
Yeah, see where it's, I'm sorry, under network where you were. It says app.js 240 and app.js 205.
One's when I do, so this is the expected error because we're doing it without the interceptor. This is the unexpected error. So it's different lines of code, yeah. But don't know why. What's this happening? This x402 ESM shared failed to pass. I think that should be the issue. Warning. I don't know.
Non-white space character after JSON.
Yeah, it's just a warning. It shouldn't really be the end of the world. But I don't know. Maybe there's some funky stuff going on with. Let's just compare it also. Over here, we've got our with payment interceptor. So, whereas over here, we're doing this like memoization, which is a bit over the top. That could be causing a problem. So we create our signer, make signer, cool. Then we have our signer, great. Then we do paid client. So let's just do it like this. Const paid client. Base URL. Sanitize base URL. Okay. And then we have our signer. Okay. So it shouldn't make a difference actually. Be very surprised if this does suddenly make a difference. Let's also set our environment variables just so we don't have to do this every time. We've got our React at resource server. Okay, so we have HTTP localhost x4021. That's right. Yeah. And /web. Huh? What did I do? What did I do, man? Did I mess something up? Oh, idiot. I accidentally edited my private key. Okay, it should be good. So sign ready.
Damn.
Oh, okay. Let's see what ChatGPT's got to say. So we've got, I guess, while it's doing that. Okay, so currently cool with.
You just copy that error and paste it in there as well.
Yeah. Payment interceptor throwing an error. Still 402 error as well, isn't it? Yeah. Still. And unknown error. x402 payment header is required. This is the.
That's the exact error right there.
Yeah. Response. Here we go. Okay, so now we can build on this in our next Hashgraph Hustlers, because I think what we can do in the next one is basically going to our dynamic server.
Yep.
Reading it from the consensus service, and then using that to generate the payment.
And read what from the consensus service again? I still haven't wrapped my head around why we're using the consensus service here.
So the consensus service would be the immutable log of Kings of the Hill.
Who the kings were and what they paid.
Yeah. So it could literally just be.
Right.
Could literally just be like an object, which is. Account ID 0.0.xxx, and then the payment, and that would be X. And then the next one is based on the topic. It would be payment times by 1.5, let's say. So I think, and it's quite nice. I think it's quite a nice use of the consensus service, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so too, because it's a good immutable historical record of who the king was.
Yeah, exactly.
King of the Hill. Or Queen of the Hill.
Or Queen of the Hill. So we basically have that over here. So we essentially go, this is our King of the Hill. And our price would be derived from fetch HCS topic. It would basically be take the most recent message and multiply price by 1.5, and then we have our price equals. We'll just do 10 time being, but that would be previous price. Like,
you know what else we could do just for the lulz is send an NFT around. So somebody has the King of the Hill NFT.
Oh, could we could wipe it, couldn't we?
We could
wipe it.
We could wipe it.
That'd be quite cool.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry everyone that this was a bit difficult in trying to work through bugs and issues, but I think we've created quite a good foundation to build on next week. Jake, are you available next week for another Hustlers?
Next Friday I'll be driving. I could be though. Let me I might have some change in plans as well, because I'm in the UK right now, mainly just to visit family and spend some time with them, so could try and wiggle some stuff around.
Or if not Friday, maybe one day next week.
Yeah, I'll be in Spain afterwards, so it'll be the same. Then I'm on holiday. I can take a bit.
We'll figure it out.
Holiday is there's no holiday.
That doesn't sound very 997 to me.
No, because I've done so many, bro. I do need to have 1 week off. I do need to disconnect. But essentially, yeah. So over here we'd have our King of the Hill endpoint, take the consensus service message, and then that becomes the payment. And then only after they make the payment do we so we settle, verify payment. After the settlement, that's when we can
write to the HCS.
For example. Yeah, so here we can then do write to HCS, and now I guess you could technically do it before. Yeah, it'd be better to just do it afterwards, after it has settled. But essentially, write to HCS and add new King to the Hill.
Yeah.
And then theoretically, here we could then reimburse the other person, or we could have some sort of event-driven architecture where maybe we have the NAN. Maybe we have NAN, which is actually sort of doing that. It'd be quite cool actually to have an NAN which is triggered by an HCS message, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be.
HCS trigger.
Does our NAN have read HCS topic? It does, doesn't it?
It can query it, yeah, so it can read it, but it's not triggered by it. So I think if we wanted to do this, basically what we'd have to do is we'd have to like poll the topic. So every 1 second we check it.
Right.
And then we do the we poll it and
then we update the web app.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we'd like transfer. This is mainly for the refund, which I'm talking about actually.
Right.
The refund part, or giving them an
okay.
Like we obviously What I like the idea of wiping the NFT
and reissuing, right? And we can airdrop it.
Yeah, airdrop it to the new one. That could be quite cool.
I think maybe you and I should dive into getting some of this set up and innate in ahead of time, so we just like finish off the last bits on the next Hashgraph Hustlers.
I do want to look. Yeah, good idea. I do want to look into what it's. I do want to look into if it's possible to do a trigger of an NAN of an HCS topic. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty damn cool, but it might be quite difficult to do.
Yeah. I wonder how you. Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Or actually, something else. You could have your own. You could have your own little micro app, which is listening to HCS and then just sending a webhook to NAN.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. You just have like some little oracle.
Yeah.
That's just polling every second or 2 seconds, and then just pushing via webhook.
Pushing it to NAN via webhook. Yeah. That'd probably be the nicest way. Right. Yeah. So this is still going in deep.
Yeah. That's all right. We'll take this away and not bore the chat with this bug anymore, and we'll get this all fixed up.
Yeah.
Put a little polish
True.
on it before the next Hashgraph Hustlers, and
Yeah.
have a little bit more product focus next time.
Maybe it's something to do with the Axios version.
But the good news is that we have dynamic pricing working.
Yeah, exactly.
That opens up a lot of cool functionality.
1.7.9. I wonder if we try 8 minutes. That's nuts, isn't it? Okay, let's try this. Let's just try 1.7.9 and see if.
We were running different versions of Axios.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure if that's going to be the reason. Might be just a thought. Nah, still looks like it failed. Yeah. Huh? Oh, I did the wrong. I've messed it up. What have I done? I did the old PNPM. That's why. Idiot. Okay. Yeah, still error. Still error. Now, there is another option, which is we do fetch. But yeah, I reckon we can pack it up, call it a day.
Yeah, we'll get these bugs all sorted out, and we can go ahead and get some of N8N set up before the next call, and then.
Yeah, do you know, I do want to try fetch. I want to see if we can do fetch. Fetch. Okay, so then we have fetch, and then if we oops. So it looks like it's pretty much the same. Wrap payment with fetch. Okay. Right, it's just going crazy. With payment interceptor. Cons response. Fetch with payment, normalized path. And then we say method get. Let's see if this let's see if this does it. So you can do that. with payment is not found. What am I doing? With payment, create signer. Not that, is it? We need to do wrap fetch with payment. Okay. With payment. Just got to do a bit of boilerplate stuff. Okay. Does that work?
Hold on.
Does that work?
There's no response body because there's nothing actually at that endpoint.
What?
Okay.
Look, it's doing 3,000.
Where's your server running on?
No, I think there's so that might be because let's go fetch with payment, normalized path. That is okay. Let's just hard code it. I know that. I know why. So we need to. Okay, that's. Okay, let's try it this time. Same thing. Yeah, 402. Yeah, weird. Okay, we'll we can. I'll dig into this offline.
Yeah.
But what did it say over here? Express middleware only returns the JSON blob you pasted. This means that the retry that is triggered. I won't implement this. Logic is written there. Same version sets with object. Align the axios. I did that. Didn't work. Or patch the interceptor itself so it worked. Pretty sure that wasn't the issue. Whatever. We'll tackle this for next week.
Yep.
We'll tackle this for next week. Let's.
Yep. So next week, what we'll do is we'll already have this bug figured out, and we'll be able to start building our little King of the Hill chat game. And that includes storing who the King of the Hill is on HCS, on the Hedera Consensus Service, where you will be seen and known as the king for that time, forever, as long as Hedera's around.
So 100 years at least. 100
That's
years
right.
at least.
You know, we may want to include the duration that king was king. Like,
okay,
yeah,
well, that can be inferred because there'll be a time.
That could be inferred. Right.
So we can infer that.
Yep. And ideally, with the king's royalties being paid when he's dethroned.
Yeah.
The king deserves his ransom.
This could be a quality little. It could be a moneymaker. I'll be honest.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll definitely be fun. It'll definitely be fun.
Yeah. No, it should be good fun. We've got some really nice comments. I just seen a Rodo's comment. I'm watching and pretending to understand all this all. Please, we want to answer questions as well. So if you do have questions, please drop them in the chat. The whole thing about Hashgraph Hustlers is not just to have some fun, Ash and myself playing around and building some cool stuff. It is meant to be a learning experience, and sort of its inception was always I wanted to and show people how I sort of approach solving problems, technical related ones. So if you do have any questions, we'd really appreciate it and love it if you ask, and then we can actually have quite an engaging discussion with you all.
Yeah, please do.
And also shout out Austin.
Yeah.
If you've got an HBAR solution, which is good, come on the Hashgraph Hustlers episode, man. Show
That's
it.
Right. That's right.
To the people.
Yeah, we're really curious to see what type of creativity people build with x402 on Hedera.
Yeah.
You know, we're still working on our facilitator, and we're still working on some of this stuff. And ideally, you know, like I said, you'll be able to use any HTS token and any ERC token. That's the plan. You know, we're not there yet, but hey, you know, if we are for whatever reason going into a bear market, let's cross our fingers and hope we're not. But bear markets are for builders, so.
Yeah, markets for builders. And final thing before we shoot off, QR code over there. I should have really called this out.
Other side.
What? You can't, for me,
There
it's
you
this
go.
way.
No, the other side.
Is it?
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, really? For me, it's the other way. I've got my camera flipped. Hackathon link over here. If you want to take part and you want to build stuff with x402, then head over to this hackathon link. Ascension, there's about $150,000 worth of prizes. So if you enjoyed sort of what we built today, definitely check out that link and sign up. And you'll also be able to speak to myself. Not so much Ash. Ash isn't Ash isn't too helpful with the old AMAs. With the AMAs, I'm always in the AMAs. I'm always there to answer questions.
Nothing like a little Ash shade on a Friday. All right, well, Jake, I appreciate the hustle.
Could have said worse.
I appreciate the hustle. Again, chat, we are going to take this away and clean all this up and have something really amazing for next Hashgraph Hustlers. Let's look for next week, Jake. I think we can find a day that works.
Let's do it. We got it.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Hope everyone has a great weekend.
Thank you, everyone.